Hello, everybody. I just wanted to speak to you for just a moment. If you have been listening to my videos, I talked to you about jib jabs, and I also gave you an example of a jib jab that happened to me one Sunday, and I let it go. And like I said, whenever you go home and you rethink and you realize that you allowed somebody to jib jab you and you didn't say anything, you let it go, and you wish you had said something, but you didn't say anything at the time, but you could think of all kinds of things to say once you thought about it and was not in that situation anymore. Well, yesterday I went to church, and at this particular church, they give you a chance to stand up and say whatever it is on your heart. And I always do. Every time I go to this church, I always do. But yesterday, I allowed the enemy to make me stay in my seat because I kept rethinking what that person said to me when they told me that I'm always talking. And by the time I wrestled with that, the time to be able to get up and say something was over, and I hated myself for it, and I was so regretful that I didn't stand up because God has truly been good to me, and I had to ask the Lord to forgive me for that because it wasn't really me. I was listening to somebody else, which I know that it was the enemy trying to keep me from talking. So after service was over with, what really got me was a lady came up to me and she looked at me and she realized who I was because evidently I'm famous for getting up and giving God some praise and thank you. She said, "Oh, I sure missed your testimony today," and I really sunk even lower in my seat because I let God down. And I was so sorry because you never know who you are helping whenever you tell what God has done for you. You don't know who you're helping, and I had no clue that it meant so much to people for me to be able to get up and tell my testimony. So God forgive me for that. And I've said this once before that I would never do that again. I'm not going to say never. Never say never because Satan makes sure you turn yourself into a lie. So I'm not going to say never. I'm going to do my best not to do that ever again because my God has been good to me, and I need to give him every praise that I can give him because, like I found out, people are listening. And it made me feel good that she was listening, but then it was kind of like a bittersweet moment. It was a sweet thing that I knew that somebody was paying attention, and then it was a bitter thing because I didn't get up and say anything. So I'm just asking everybody to be careful, and be careful who you listen to, and be careful how you allow people to manipulate you into doing what they want you to do, because I allowed that to happen, and I don't want to ever do that again. God, please forgive me for that, because there could have been somebody that really needed to hear what I had to say. So I'm just saying this because I don't want nobody else to fall into that same trap that I fell into. We are all human. I know this, and we make mistakes. That's why we are so blessed to have a forgiving God that will forgive us if we just ask. And believe me, I've asked several times for him to forgive me because I feel so bad about it. But I have to let it go and move on and do my best to do better. Be better today than you were yesterday. That's my 2 cents.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. You have no idea.